Welcome back to Whiskey Stray. This is part 2 of chapter 1. Here we go. Before Buck could reach for the door, Whiskey pulled him back. You're not drunk. That ale barely phased you. If you step outside, who will be waiting for you? Your group or Alice? Either way, I am not of a mind to let you get yourself hurt. Oh, the Illuminati are a cause for concern, he said, pausing in place, but they want me back, not dead. Alice is near, however, she knows where each of the remaining Jabberwock and Bandersnatch are. No. What comes for me is something you cannot stop. The fates gave me enough time to do one final good deed. If you were to look at my back, you would see I'm already done. A reaper comes for you? Den asked. Buck nodded and pulled back the curtain from the window, showcasing the street outside. She waits outside. At least they sent a kind one. Would have preferred the one that Disc Author brought to life, but Mox will do. Walking over to the window, Whiskey saw the reaper hovering above the street. She was a living shadow with wings of the same. Her body was wrapped in gray cloth and bandages. A crooked scythe rested on her back. A crowd had gathered around her. An elderly human seemed to be in conversation with the ephemeral. The fates must value your place in their design, Whiskey said. It is not often a reaper is allowed to be seen, let alone mingle with the populace while they wait. Moxasune Dracorum is an odd one, Buck said, sighing. Believe it or not, she is a heroic like you. She is able to mingle because she is very kind when asked to escort ancient souls like mine. I shouldn't keep her waiting. Stepping in front of Buck, Whiskey opened the door. She pushed past the rat to stand before the reaper floating in the center of the street. Does he have time to impart information before you two depart? Moxasune tilted her head. She had no facial features save for a pair of blue glowing eyes that stared directly at Whiskey. Buck has been afforded time to deliver the artifact and impart any information he might have gleaned before his death. The fates will not abide him doing much else. Buck ambled out of the bar in a slow, determined gait. There is much I learned after dying, he said to Whiskey. I'm afraid anything I was able to piece together after the assassin drove their claws into my back is not optional. I know who killed me. I also have a pretty good idea why. However, you will need to uncover all that yourself. The Vorpal Blade is yours now, Whiskey Stray, as is the mystery that surrounds my death. A moment, Whiskey said, placing a hand to stop Buck where he stood. You are heroic, yes? I am, Mox replied, stopping her, hovering to stand before the Jabberwock. I am needed in a small town several days from here. My assistance in your matter will have to wait. I can, however, point you in an obvious direction to start. Listen, Whiskey said, I'm a bouncer, not a heroic. That weapon needs to be locked away somewhere, somehow. I'm not even certain touching it won't kill me. You personally escorted the last of the Bandersnatch to Morn, Buck said behind her. I know you have a heart. The other two jabbers are too far away. You need to do this, Stray. If not for yourself, for me. My killer needs to be arrested. From what I understand, you hate unsolved cases. Are you ready, then? The shadowy reaper asked of Buck. The rat nodded, reaching out a hand to place it on Whiskey's shoulder. Nothing else was said as he faded from her sight. All that remained was the reaper's crooked scythe, where it had tapped the old rat on the shoulder. Was he here at all? Den asked, pulling one hand through his beard. For a moment the reaper exhaled, allowing cold wisps of air to exit the mask covering her mouth. When the Fates or Pantheon allow someone to exist past their time, we Reapers can allow for the escort to be a full departure. His body is one with with existence, as his soul has moved on. Whiskey motioned for the Reaper to follow her back into the bar, then gave the Reaper a fair distance before closing the door behind them. Taking up the vorpal blade, the Jabberwock handed it to Moxasune. Take it. Surely you Reapers can put things like this beyond anyone else. The Draconian Shadow shook her head. Reapers have politics and corruption in our ranks just like any other organization. I could take it somewhere, but another might take it and offer it elsewhere. Some servants of death regaled in Alice's slaughter. I would say our keeping of it might hasten it back into her hands. And that ends part 2 of chapter 1. Next time we'll finish up chapter 1. I'll see you all in the near future, and thank you for listening.